Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT and welcome back to another Madden 18 combination experiment. Today, as requested by you guys, we are going to be combining every single team from the NFC EAST into one mega super team and see how well they can do throughout an NFL season. See if all four teams combined into one can in fact do the dang thing and win the Super Bowl and see if they can be the first team to actually go 16-0. I'm recording this Monday, so yesterday, I'm not sure when I'm uploading this, but yesterday the Philadelphia Eagles did win the Super Bowl, so the Eagles are going to be a part, obviously, of today's video being from the NFC East. So can the Eagles, combined with the best players from the other three teams from the division, win the Super Bowl? They should, since they by themselves win the Super Bowl, but Madden 18 is pretty wild, so we have to see if Madden can actually live up to the hype and actually do this thing that's smart and have the Super Bowl winners actually win the Super Bowl with even better players on their team. So with that said, hopefully guys do enjoy today's experiment video, and if you do, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes for more Madden 18 experiments on the channel. Be sure to let me know of any future Madden 18 experiments you do have in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. But with that said, it is time to look over this team. So starting off at the quarterback position, Carson Wentz is going to be the starter. Unfortunately, no Nick Foles, because unfortunately in Madden they have him rated as a 75. And the backups are going to be Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins. Now at running back we have Ezekiel Elliott, LeGarrette Blount, Jay Ajayi, and Alfred Morris. Now moving on to fullback, we have Alfred Morris is going to be the starter there. Now wide receiver, pretty talented, Odell Beckham, Alshon Jeffrey, Dez Bryant, Nelson Aguilar, Jamison Crowder, and Brandon Marshall, Cole Beasley, and Terrence Williams as well. Just imagine the Eagles offense with the running game they have with Zeke, Odell Beckham, and Dez Bryant added to the team. That is disgusting. Now moving on to the tight end positions, even better. Jordan Reed, Zach Ertz, and Jason Witten, and Vernon Davis, and Evan Ingram. Like, that's easily got to be the best tight end core that we've had in any of these videos. And moving on to the tackle positions, Jason Peters backed up by Tyron Smith. At left guard, Zach Martin backed up by Stephen. At center, we have Travis Frederick backed up by Jason Kelsey. At right guard, Brandon Brooks backed up by Brandon Scherf. And at right tackle, we have Trent Williams backed up by Lane Johnson. By far, not even close, the best offensive line we've had out of any of these videos. Probably the best offense in general, to be honest. Now at defensive end, we have Brandon Graham. At right end, we have LaMarcus Lawrence backed up by Vinny Curry, and also we have Olivier Vernon as a backup as well. Moving on to defensive tackle, we have Fletcher Cox, Damon Harrison Jr., Tim Jernigan, and David Irving, and Dalvin Tomlinson. At the linebacker core, we have Ryan Kerrigan backed up by Nigel Bradham. At middle linebacker, Zach Brown backed up by Anthony Hitchens. At the right outside linebacker, we have the veteran Sean Lee backed up by Michael Kendricks. At corner, we have Josh Norman, Pat Robinson, Janoris Jenkins, Kittle Fuller, and Ronald Darby. At free safety, Rodney McLeod Jr., which is easily the worst position on the team. And at strong safety, Landon Collins backed up by the veteran Malcolm Jenkins. The kicker is going to be Jake Elliott, the rookie, and the punter is going to be Chris Jones. So like I said, boys, this is easily, I think, the best team we've had thus far. I think it's easily the best offense, and very well could be the best defense. The only weakness on the team, if you consider it a weakness, is Rodney McLeod Jr. at the free safety position. This could be the first team to go 16-0. We have to see if they can do the dang thing. First of all, we have to sim the regular season and see who the computer cuts off the team, because we're over the roster size, obviously. So looking at the players that got signed, the Vikings signed Jamison Crowder, the 49ers signed Evan Ingram, the Redskins re-signed Trent Murphy, and that Donnie Jones got signed by the Bengals. And that might be the only players that ended up getting cut off the team. Dalvin Tomlinson to the Bengals as well. Chidobe Awuzie to the Panthers, so he's somebody that cut too. And that should be it, along with the normal signings that you do see from the free agents that were already free agents out of this franchise. So with that said, boys, time to simulate into the playoffs. This team's for sure going to make the playoffs. Time to make the prediction, though. I'm going to say 15-1. The team should go 16-0. But Madden simulations being wild, I'm going to say 15-1. Let me know your predictions in the comments section below. So, of course, we do get a first-round bye. Looking at the team, most of the offense progressed, and it looks like, wow. Okay, so judging by this, I must say we actually got 4 losses. That could be completely wrong, but normally, when you do really well, your team progresses. There's no reason this defense should not be good, but judging by this, we probably didn't even have, I'm going to say we have like the 8th best defense. It shouldn't be that, but Madden's crazy. So looking at this, we went 12-3-1. Madden is so dumb. So dumb. The rest of the division with their best players gone. Giants go 5-11, Redskins 4-12, Cowboys 2-14. So checking out the stats, we had the best offense, which should 100% been the case, and we end up having the I don't know, dog. I don't know. I really don't know. Looking at defense, we gave up the least amount of yards. So judging by this, we had the best offense and defense in the NFL. So dog, how do we lose? How do we lose so many games? So first of all, we didn't have the best record in the NFL. The Seahawks and Patriots all did better. Any surprises? The Panthers had a lot of wins. Vikings a lot of wins. Colts went 11-5. That's a big surprise. And my Titans went 8-8. That's unfortunate. The 49ers won in 6 games, which is a lot more than normal. The worst record in the NFL goes to the Cowboys at 2-14. Cowboys doing worse than the Browns. That's hilarious. I do want to check out our schedule. Like, who do we lose to? Like, this is easily the best team we've ever had. We tied to the Chiefs, lost to the Cardinals, the Panthers by 2 touchdowns, lost to the Seahawks by 3 touchdowns. This game is the dumbest thing ever created. Wow. We didn't even have a player win the MVP. Hopefully we had somebody in the top 10. Tom Brady won it, of course. And we had Ezekiel Elliott come in the top 10. But that's wild, man. Carson Wentz only threw for 3,500 yards, threw 14 picks, was only sacked 14 times. I guess our offense was set to a scheme to run the ball a lot, which I guess makes sense. But anyways, Ezekiel Elliott was, how did he not get higher in the MVP race with almost 1,800 yards, 13 touchdowns? So Garrett Blount with 22 touchdowns, were our top 2 running backs with 35 touchdowns combined. Receiving yard wise, we didn't even have a receiver eclipse 1,000 yards. Odell Beckham with only 4 touchdowns, so he was a disappointment in this team. We had Zach Brown lead us with 107 tackles, and we had somebody with 17 sacks. Brandon Graham and DeMarcus Lawrence had 13.5, and interceptions was led by Sean Lee. Now, just for giggles, I do want to see how bad the other teams did in the division. Giants, Eli Manning actually had a decent year stat-wise, but was sacked 63 times. The leading rusher was Orleans Darkwa with almost 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns. That's not bad. And receiving yard-wise, they had Sterling Shepard still, who led them with 1,200 yards, and Malcolm Mitchell had 12 touchdowns. That's pretty wild, too. Now moving on next to the Dallas Cowboys, see how bad their team did. Their starting quarterback was Nick Foles, and he only led the Cowboys to 2 wins, which something's up with that. 18 touchdowns, 11 picks, was sacked 64 times. Leading rusher was Corey Clement with 777 yards. Guess he was signed by the Cowboys. And receiving yard-wise, leading receiver was Bryce Butler. And last but not least, going to the Washington Redskins to see how bad their team was statistically. Their starting quarterback was Colt McCoy. That's awful. Only 12 touchdowns to 14 picks. Didn't even eclipse 3,000 yards. Was sacked 67 times. And their leading rusher was Robert Kelly. And their leading receiver was Ryan Grant. And he was their leading receiving touchdown guy with 4 touchdowns as well. Now, we definitely were disappointed by the 3 losses in the tie, by only the 12 wins. But this team still, I know we lost to the Seahawks by 3 touchdowns, but this team's too good to not win the Super Bowl. Can we beat the Rams to start off the season? Yes, we do. And now we have to take on the Seahawks in Seattle at CenturyLink Field, who I hate because they're my internet provider and they have the worst internet in the United States, not even joking, but yet they can sponsor an NFL stadium, so this is personal. We have better beat the Seahawks, although we lost them by 3 touchdowns previously, and somehow this time around we actually beat the Seahawks, and now we're taking on the New England Patriots in what is a real matchup, what happened in real life, except we add the best teams in the rest of the division, so we should be getting the win here. But first of all, before we check that out, I do want to see how the first couple playoff games went. We have to see if we're on a hot streak. See how we did. We beat the Seahawks 21-10, so got a big win this time around. In the divisional round, we got a pretty narrow win, only a touchdown win against the Rams. So can the Philadelphia Eagles do the goddamn thing? Well, basically, it's not the Eagles, it's the NFC East, but the Eagles plus the rest of the NFC East. Can they do the dang thing and beat the Patriots by more than what they did in real life? Keep in mind, it was a 41-33 victory in real life. So if this game is realistic, it should be a bigger margin of victory because their team is much better. So with that said, Does the NFC East, although they had a disappointing regular season, do the goddamn thing and win the Super Bowl? And they do big time around, and I guess the game is relatively realistic as they get a 21-point victory in the Super Bowl, as that's a lot more than they won by in real life. So with that said, boys, the NFC East is one of the few divisions to actually do the goddamn thing and win the Super Bowl. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes on today's experiment. Let me know which division you want me to do next in the comment section below, and also leave any other future experiment ideas you do have as well. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. But I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.